and they're off. This time, they're skipping the sword by category requirement, and will presumably head up to the northeast to collect some money and do some shopping. jkoper, the originator of the Swordless speedrun. I mean, running Zelda Swordless has been around for a long time, but he was probably the most important person in doing it as fast as possible into a thing. And Kingdahl, I believe, holds the current race world record and has done quite a bit of work routing and grinding on this category. You see Kingdahl goes up and grabs that 100 in the northeast, which jkoper is doing right behind him. See, when they menu, they're hitting up and A on the second controller, and that brings them back to start. Looks like both of them are doing versions of the world record route developed by the route developed by the current world record holder, Rooslugs, who's really done a lot for this category and would be the first to tell you that he owes a lot to jkoper and Kingdahl in developing routing and strats for how to attack this speed run with no sword. So the first step is to get some money, and go shopping. jkoper got a lucky bomb off of Moblin. That will speed him up a bit, because you see Kingdahl's the first to the bomb shop, but jkoper won't need to buy bombs there if he doesn't want to, or if he wants to buy a pack for safety, he'll have extra bombs later on, which could speed him up. So, Kingdahl's about one screen ahead so far. It's very, very close. And jkoper skipping the bomb purchase because he got the overworld luck, keeping the rupees. Both grabbing the meat that will be required to get through level 7 and heading to level 1. Oh, nice, Kingdahl. I think had a force set up. Got a force on the overworld off his Octorox before even going into level. Nice to see. See both of them entering, exiting, and re-entering level 1. The locked door at the top of the room glitches open when you do that. And then both of them going right to grab this key. Kingdahl got the key from the 5 Stalfos on the first pass. It's interesting. It looks like jkoper skipped that the Gurias, which are optional, and you can. There are a couple ways to route the keys, so. They are in sync now because of some slightly different routing choices. jkoper does need to clear these 3 salvos to grab this key that Kingdahl got on the first pass. So, but they are pretty close out of the gate at the beginning of this swordless run. So Kingdahl the first into level 3, but jkoper not far behind. So having the bow in level 3 is nice because you can shoot down these Zols and get these keys pretty fast. Kingdahl first to the raft, but both of them had really clean 5 Darknet runes. Pretty much in sync on the way to Manhandla. See how Manhandla cooperates with them. Nicely done on both sides. Both of them got the bomb from Manhandla. I think jkoper had to lay an extra bomb down, but pretty clean for both. Indeed, random effects saying in chat we have a race. This is really just a joy to watch this category run at this skill level in a race scenario because you don't get to see it that much. And I'm so glad this went to 3 games, even though they did made the very entertaining choice to skip the sword for the first half of the race. Watching these guys tackle the meat of the swordless run will be a real treat, so do stick around if you haven't seen this before, and even if you have. The sync, they even both got clock drops in the NSU room. Kingdahl double dipping that ladder room to turn those two likes into Zolds so he can shoot them down with arrows and save some of his bombs. jkoper bombing the room in one shot, so he's the first one to the ladder, but only by a short bit. They both save and continue and head up the coast. Yeah, Enamel saying in chat they make this category look so easy, and it's really not. This is really so much work that's gone into this. You know, literally, both of these guys have been running the game for years, and this category in particular, they've done so much work on it, getting their potion in sync. The route they're doing, with slight variations, was developed by Ruslugs, the current Swordless world record holder, it's quite a bit more consistent than the old Swordless world record route. It gets that potion is in the current world record, for example, the bomb upgrade, and the early bow, the candle, things that jkoper's old PBs used to skip, and which made it a lot harder. But and the harder routes could theoretically be faster in some cases, but it's great to see that this really great route has been developed for this tournament, because swordless racing is so dangerous that it's nice to have some a little bit of safety built into the route. And it's so efficient for doing what it does, and you can see what skilled runners like these two guys can do with it. And see, jkoper tossed the boomerang in the old man's face by going right up against him like that. Because the boomerang registers a kill every frame on the old man. It gives him a very fast 7 count. Kingdahl, you'll see, will not do that. He doesn't like to get the boomerang. He'd rather not have it in the menu. So he just like you might have seen when he saved, Kingdahl's. I think he'll go straight to bombs when you come back after saving if you don't have the boomerang. So that's like one of the advantages to that. But disadvantages, you can't do strats like that quick count on the old man that you saw jkoper do. So it's just a slight divergence in the approach to the run. jkoper first to the recorder. Kingdahl clearing out the room, that room of dark nuts without too much trouble, so he's at the recorder now, not too far behind. Alright, now jkoper has 12 bombs, which is pretty nice, because he will have to do level 6 without a sword, and Wizrobes can only be hurt with a sword or bombs, so you need a lot of bombs to get through level 6. jkoper arrowing these pulls voice, I would presume that he's building a count to get a force off Digdogger. Let's see if he pulls that off. Digdogger is in the health dropping group. His random drops are hearts, fairies, and single rupees. But if you kill him on the 10th kill, you get a bomb. It looks like a fireball hit him at the last moment, and so he didn't get a bomb there. Assuming he had a 10 count. I wasn't actually counting. But Kingdahl did force a bomb off Digdogger, which is good because he was in a much more precarious bomb situation than jkoper. So you see them clipping over to level 6, and this is where things tend to get scary. jkoper first into level 6. Playing it safe in the spell free. There are 8 keys in here. He wants to have a 10 count so he can force a bomb in this Wizrobe room that's coming up. So his count's at least 8, maybe 9. I don't know if he had a kill already. Ooh, he got hit before the bomb went off, so he did not get the force to start the room. A little bit of a rough start. Fortunately, he does have a bomb upgrade, so it's not the end of the run. He can't clear the room out, but he will have to do some work to force bombs before the wand room. Kingdahl, meanwhile, up and ang out of there. It looks like trying to set up some forces to build up his bomb counts before he goes into this fight. See some pause buffering on jkoper's side. Ooh, but he takes a death in that key room. The first magical breakfast room, the Wizrobe room he cleared out, will stay dead. If there are bubbles or traps in a room, they count as an enemy, so the game interprets that as not all the enemies are dead, so the room's like saved as long as you don't leave the dungeon. So all he has to clear to get back to where he died is that room full of keys. Oops! Ooh, that hurts. Kingdahl getting eaten by a like. He's in trouble now because he's up and ang. The reason he up and ate is a like can only be killed by the wand or the bomb, and it takes 3 bombs. And if you go down to 0 bombs at this point, there's not much else you can do in level 6. So he really needs to get a force when he bombs something here, and he ran into something intentionally to set his count to 0, and is now building it up, and will try to get a 10 count so he can get some more bombs. Got the Force Bomb and a Lucky Bomb on top. So Kingdahl back up to 8 bombs. jkoper, meanwhile, heading into the Wand room. The Wand is required to beat Gleox and Patras if you don't have a sword. So, pretty critical point in the run. jkoper drinks that potion up. Kingdahl burning a like to save some money because he is down to 2 rupees. which makes it a little bit harder to kill these likes. Ooh. Ooh, what does he do here? I don't... Kingdahl's in a lot of trouble. jkoper, meanwhile, has his wand. I'm not sure if Kingdahl doesn't have many options right now, because if he uses this bomb, then he has to leave level 6 to get more bombs. He can up an A, and he has to re-clear that room all over again after forcing more. Oh, and unfortunately now he's down to 0 bombs. Yeah. Kingdahl wants to finish this run. He's going to have to go get some bombs somewhere, and so he's taking out the recorder, so he's going to have to... So. Question in chat, what are the flags? There are no flags. This is not randomizer. This is Vanilla Legend of Zelda speedrun. And which brings up a good point. If you've been watching the randomizer flags for in the All Boards No Swords tournament, you may be familiar with people killing Ganon with the wand. In the vanilla swordless run, that option does not exist. You can't kill Ganon without a sword. So this speed run ends when they enter Ganon's room. Kingdahl, unfortunately, had to leave level 6, so it's grabbing money now. And jkoper finishing off level 6. That puts jkoper in a commanding lead. For Kingdahl to catch up at this point, something terrible has to happen to jkoper, so... Question chat, does that mean they don't have to collect silvers in 9? It does indeed mean that. The silver arrows are not... room is not part of this run. The jkoper now returning to level 4, went in there earlier to get the ladder, which is required to get through level 6. Now he has the wand, which can be used to beat Gleeok if you don't have a sword. So, that's what jkoper's up to. Kingdahl, back in level 6. Let's see if we can get through it this time. Conversation in chat about getting the silver arrows in a swordless run. I think we've all made that mistake. Because if you mostly run other categories, walking down those staircases is pretty natural. Kingdahl, once again, one like in this room. Finally kills off that like. Fortunately, I had to use bombs to do it because he's out of arrows. Kingdahl in this moat room where you saw jkoper take a death or navigates through it with one heart. It's not easy. Yeah, Kingdahl does have a potion on him. He probably doesn't... He may not want to use it until he gets the wand room, just because he has the breakfast... He has the first breakfast room saved at this point, so... He's got 2 hearts. These blue Wizard beams do 2 hearts of damage, so this is pretty... And red Wizard beams do 4 hearts. So, Alright, Kingdahl, Kingdahl gets the wand. So, it's jkoper making his way through level 7. This map room, it's pretty annoying in Swordless because you either have to tank stuff or eat a menu. He chooses to do the latter after trying the former and getting snagged. Kingdahl would like a red Wizrobe that he can hit with that he can kill with one bomb to come near him, and they are not cooperating. He tracks him down. Yeah, question chat, do you usually go for red candle and swordless? Not anymore. jkoper's old PB route, which used to be the world record route, would skip the blue candle and not get a candle until level 7, but some people will route it differently so they can use the red candle for certain circumstances, but current route gets the blue candle, uses that to burn stuff, and doesn't really need the red candle later in the run because you have the wand by the time you get to it. So jkoper now world wrapping over to presumably level 8. I think he'd probably like to see a bomb drop, which is why he's killing these Octoroks. So that blue moblin can drop bombs and the red and the orange can't. So I think he wants to kill the blue, but they're being surrounded by red. So he's thought about backtracking for it, but just gonna go in with 8 bombs. Random effect hanging in chat, he thinks jkoper has a 9 count. If so, he will get a bomb if he doesn't get hit. Well, he got hit, so we'll never know. And question chat, you go for any key, only in 100%. And there are enough keys in the vanilla game and we know where they all are, and faster to just get enough keys for the doors than to go for the magical key. You see, you hear that tink sound, that's because the spell from the wand does not hurt Gleeok, only the rod itself, so that's why he's standing so close. And so jkoper still has level 2 to do before his level 9. And for the questions about the keys, you notice jkoper has 0, takes at least 3 to get through level 9. There's an alternate route that can take an extra, but which Kingdahl sometimes uses. I don't know if jkoper does or not, but well, actually, I think I've seen jkoper do that. But at any rate, level 2 is a warehouse for keys, so you'll see him clearing these rooms and filling up his keys that'll get him through level 9. And level 2 also gives you bombs at the end, so and if you're lucky in this room here, and he was a little bit lucky. So jkoper grabbing that static bomb pack. If he'd gotten more than 8 bombs, he might have left and backtracked for it, but there's no point. He does have to feed the Dodongo 2 bombs because he doesn't have a sword to smoke and stab him. And now jkoper will be off to level 9. Kingdahl a little bit behind due to the mishap in level 6. And this reverse C is fun with the wand because it's a B item. The bubbles don't take it away like it's a sword. So nice drop for Kingdahl. He'll be leaving level 7 with 12 bombs, which should set him up nicely for level 8. As Kingdahl heads into level 7. Or Kingdahl heads... No. jkoper heads into level 9. Sorry. So like we said, because in the vanilla game you can't kill Ganon without a sword. So this run ends when Link hoists the Triforce in Ganon's room, and because we're not killing Ganon, you do not have to go get the silver arrows. So level 9 in Swordless is basically 2 Wizrobe rooms of combat. The first one coming up after this old man. So right now, jkoper's count is either 8 or 9. The reason it's either 8 or 9, hit the boomerang flush on the old man at 7, and then when you back up, it's a little inconsistent. It can be either 1 or 2. So looks like it was he got 2, assuming that was not a lucky bomb, it was force bomb. So he got that first drop, and then he's gonna force another round here. Kingdahl making quick work of that Blue Lagoon meanwhile. jkoper forcing a bomb on those Zols. He's up to 9, should be enough. Notice jkoper grabbed that key next to... Ooh. Okay, he has a potion. Coming at Patrick 2 from the side, because we're not going down those stairs to get the silver arrows, the Patrick skip is a little more dangerous, but using that boomerang to get through those likes as Kingdahl chops down Gliok back in level 8. Nope. Health situation a little precarious for jkoper now, but the red wizards are dead, so looks okay. Oh. Yeah, he doesn't want a menu, and but these keys are giving him the business, and he'd rather not tank because he has to tank. Often you have to tank on that trap to get through the room safely because it takes 1 heart of damage as opposed to many hearts that the wizards can take if you take a more dangerous path. So, and he had to bomb the wall open, so he didn't want a menu until now. So Patra does do 2 hearts of damage, so a little bit precarious, but if he can kill this Patra and hoist the Triforce in Ganon's room, that is the end of this run. Just has to be careful. And get your GGs in chat for jkoper, finishing in first place with an official SRL time of 40:02. Alright, so jkoper will move on. He needs to wait for a couple of matches to find out who his next opponent is. Dark Magician and Jazz Thief have some races on Saturday morning, US time. Jazz Thief is in Europe, so I scheduled them pretty early, and I don't know if we have a restream for those races yet. The winner of those races will face Random Effect, and the winner of those races in turn will face jkoper. So jkoper might have a week or two to wait before knowing who his opponent is, but he is continuing in this tournament, which breaks my bracket because I predicted an upset. Anyway, Kingdahl now finishing up his tournament as he heads into level 9. Yeah, and in case you missed it, oh yeah, in chat, JSR is picking up the restream for Dark Magician Jazz Thief at, I think it's 8 a.m. Saturday morning, Eastern Time.
Hello again, John.
Hey, jkoper, GG.
Thanks. So I heard that Kingdahl ran out of resources in 6.
Yeah, he had to leave. He actually he was low on arrows and got caught by like had to up an A, and then had to force bombs all over again, and then the same thing happened again, and he had to leave altogether to get more bombs. So, I mean, level 6 is the decider in this category usually.
Yeah, it's a pretty factor for sure.
Yeah. So, any other thoughts about your run as we watch Kingdahl head into the next room here?
I struggled a lot with my screen scrolls, especially at the beginning. It was a silly start to the race, getting stuck there. And I don't know, my run wasn't great, but I didn't make any major mistakes, I guess. So. Alright, I think I'm going to go take a quick break. I've got another race coming up in 22 minutes.
Alright, well, so, where can people see that?
I don't know.
Alright.
It's a FFR race. Check the FFR schedule. But yeah, I'm not sure where it is. But anyway, thanks for the restream commentary and everything like that.
Thanks for the race, and thanks for agreeing to do the offbeat side agreement in the first 2 races. It's fun to watch because it's always fun to watch Swordless run at a high level, and yeah. You guys are the best. So
yeah, I knew it was giving him more of an advantage in leveling the playing field a bit, but I didn't care because I'm probably not going past the next round anyway, so it didn't make a difference.
Well, we will see, but yeah, you have random effect in that bracket. If he has to get through Dark Magician or Jazz Thief first, but he is a pretty formidable opponent of the 2nd seed, so good luck with him or whoever manages to beat him. So,
all right, thanks,
and we will see you soon, and good luck with your Final Fantasy randomizer race. As Kingdahl clearing out the trap room fairly cleanly, ready to finish out this.
All right, thanks, John.
All right, thanks, jkoper. Kingdahl potioning up for this to finish off this Patra fight, and so shouldn't have a problem finishing up his run as he hoists Triforce in Ganon's room, which is the end of the run because Ganon can be beaten without a sword. And get your GGs out in chat for Kingdahl finishing in 2nd place with an official SRL time of 46:11, and Kingdahl saying in the IRC that he's not really interested in doing an interview now, so that will be the end of the show for us. Thank you so much to SpeedGaming for hosting the race. Thanks to our runners for a really, really entertaining series of races. it's always amazing to see Swordless run at this level, and for them to agree to do 100% no weapon A and any with no sword until the magical sword was a real treat this afternoon. So I hope everyone enjoyed it. Thanks so much to the runners, and thanks to SpeedGaming for the restream. Keep an eye out on the schedule. I'm sure it'll be. I'm sure the bracket and stuff will be in the chat, and you can check out. There will be more races in this tournament coming up. So that'll do it for me. I'm John Tabin. Thank you so much, and we wish you a pleasant afternoon or evening. Good night.